Hi everyone, this is Xavier. This video will be the first part of an ongoing series that I'll be doing. I don't know how many parts there's going to be, um, obviously until like I reach the end of, well, as the title will explain, my movie collection. Um, I will go over a little bit of why I'm doing a series like this, as well as what to expect from each video. Um, there's not much to explain about really about why I'm doing this. I've always wanted to do a showcase of my movie collection, and I've always thought about maybe doing it as a stream, like on Twitter or something. But I never really felt like it was gonna, you know, I felt it would take too long. I felt that I would be like completely like, lost my voice by the time I do this. I also think that I would go on too long on certain films because that's the thing I would like to talk about some movies. I'm not going to talk about every one. If it's a popular movie, I'm not going to like. If it's a movie that I think everyone loves, critically acclaimed, everything. There's not going to be many thoughts I would have to it because I'll just say, yeah, I like this movie. Um, the This showcase of my collection will also sort of be like little thoughts about the movies themselves. As I always wanted to do like some movie reviews. I used to actually have a movie review blog. Now I stopped doing that a year ago, mainly because I realized I can't be talking crap about a movie and expect people to hire me if I ever want to get involved with movies. So that's why I stopped that. That's also why I never really fully committed to like a movie review channel. um, and even then, you need like good editing, you need good equipment and everything. Which, if you can't tell, I am just using my MacBook Air for this. Um, and yeah, like part of me would have wanted to be like a YouTube reviewer, but even then, like I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just doing this because I want to, show, do this was something I always wanted to do, similar to why I posted my Disney's Army of Darkness script here on YouTube. It's something that I've always wanted to do, share that, and this is also something I always want to do, which is the showcase of my collection, as well as bringing a few underrated, obscure movies into light, and giving some thoughts about them. As for what to expect from each video, basically, I'll go alphabetically depending on the format. Like, for example, today is just going to be DVDs. I don't have a lot of DVDs, which is why I'm going to cover all of them within this video. However, for something like Blu-ray or 4K, I will split the, say A to D, or like G to M, something like that. So, because it will be too long of a video. Each movie will also have a chapter. So, if you want to just go over to a movie that you want to hear my thoughts on, you can just go and click on the chapter. I'm just trying to find a way so people can engage and just want to see certain movies and be like, wow, you have this in your collection and why. And that's another thing. I'll have them share brief thoughts about the movie, and I also explain why I have it in my collection, which most time is because I got it for cheap. So yeah. One last thing. At the end of the series, which is basically when I finish all of the movies, I will be tallying up, the prices that I can find on Amazon, and I'll try to see how much my collection is worth. I will probably get into like how I come up with the number by the end. But basically, I do want to throw in something special that I think not a lot of people do. Like I've watched some movie collection videos on YouTube, and I feel that they don't really go into the movies themselves or even to how much the collection would cost. So I want to do something a little unique. Now, with that said, let's get into it. So, sorry about that. I'm actually just recovering from being sick. So the first movie of this entire um, series of videos, it's the best. It's the best movie of all time. It has the best effects, the best story, the best acting, and it's like the effects are even better than Avatar. I don't know how to explain it to you. Alien Apocalypse, starring Bruce Campbell. Like, this is 11 out of 10 movie. Like, I can't believe like no one talks no one talks about this movie. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna continue going rambling on. If you don't know what this is a made-for-TV movie that was produced by Sci-Fi, obviously starring Bruce Campbell. It is not a good movie. It is a pretty it's meant to be a B movie. Why I have this in my collection? It was cheap, and I love Bruce Campbell. And you don't watch the movie itself. It's like, yeah, it's bad. There's a lot of problems with it. But it's like a so bad it's good movie. It's like entertaining. Also, the commentary with the DVD, like oh, by the way, there's a digital code that I can't use, so a shame I can't watch Alien Apocalypse on the go. Um, the commentary for this with Bruce Campbell is one of the best I've actually listened to, because he goes into a lot of like the production and the back, behind the scenes stories. It's actually probably more entertaining than the movie itself. But yeah, like that's the first movie, the collection, and yeah. Also, it's the highest rated sci-fi pictures original of all time. So that just goes to show how sci-fi is really not good at their movies. So let's move on. Here's an actual good movie coming up, and that is Be Kind Rewind. If you do not know what this movie is, you should check it out. It is very underrated. It stars Jack Black, Mos Def, and Danny Glover. It's directed by Michael Gondry, who has done a few movies like Sunshine, Turn Off the Spotless Mind. If I messed that title up, just let me know. It's like I don't want to go into too much, but it's like basically you have Jack Black and Mos Def making bootleg movies of real life movies like Ghostbusters and not Lethal Weapon, Rush Hour 2, to try to save their dying video store. It's really good. I'm surprised that no one watches it. I think it came out too early. It came out in 2008, which was when YouTube was starting to really take off. It was not made by big studios, and it was an indie movie. Jack Black was like, yeah, he was he was already considered sort of an A-lister by then, but he hasn't really got that beloved like status until a bit, around like after 2008. And yeah, like it's not perfect. It has some strange narrative choices, but I really love this movie. Now, and I will say with the case of this, there is a Blu-ray of Be Kind Rewind, but it's only in the UK, and that means I wouldn't can't get it because imported Blu-rays won't play in North American players or consoles or anything like that. So pretty good movie. Again, this is why like I was creating this series, because I want to bring light to some of these movies like Alien Apocalypse and Be Kind Rewind. So that's Be Kind Rewind. Next up, I'm not going to say much of it because I think everyone knows this movie, and this is Borat. There's not much to say. I think everyone loves Borat, and and even know if you watch it, you know why. The only thing I'll note is that the DVD is probably one of the most unique DVDs they ever made. If you look at the back, it's what's it called? Kazakhstan. I don't know what the language is in Kazakhstan, but it's like it's designed to sort of be like a bootleg, movie. When you go on the menu, it's like you're watching a bootleg like DVD menu, and that's what's so like that's why like this is like a top tier like DVD like in terms of the going all out on the design and aesthetic of the mockumentary. So that's Borat. Coming up, I have the best superhero movie of all time. Screw Logan, screw what was it, Spider Verse. Nothing can beat Catwoman starring Halle Berry. Yeah, no, this is another so bad it's good movie. There's not. I think everyone on the internet knows how infamous Catwoman is, so I'm not going to go into it. It's a shame there's no commentary because I want to hear what the hell Pitoff, the director Pitoff, was thinking when he was making this. Obviously, there was some studio interference and everything like that. And I am aware there is a Blu-ray of this, but honestly, I kind of don't want to upgrade because, I mean, just to show how bad this is, look at this cover here. I think there's like some artifact, like it's so cheap. It's like the cheapest like cover of a DVD. Like they could have used the poster. The poster actually looked kind of good. And then it's like here, let's just get like a cropped image. So just to show this is a, very, very well done movie. Also, from the Wireless magazine, it was 100% pure fun and excitement. So, so yeah, maybe it wasn't as bad as people were saying it was. It was that good. Um, Next up, uh, again, I think as these the series are going, some people start to realize I collect some questionable movies, and mainly it's because of I find them for cheap, or I have a soft spot for them. I will explain movies I actually do not like, but they're part of the collection because cheap or it's part of a bigger collection. But going up is Garfield the movie. Honestly, it's um, it's not as bad as I think people make it out to be. I know Bill Murray likes to shit on the movie a lot, but I think he did a good job. And as for the movie itself, I heard some of the complaints of why it wasn't like not why people don't like it, but it's like I remember reading some of the Garfield comics, and it seemed pretty like accurate. It's like it's like a typical kids movie, and I honestly like this is probably like I honestly think this is probably better than most kids movies these days. Um, it's like yeah, like I know some it's like you can easily make fun of it, but like I don't know, I think there's some decent stuff out of it. Also, the People magazine, I think it's yeah, People magazine call it both clever and brilliant. So again, maybe the internet's wrong. Maybe the internet's always been wrong. All right. So coming up, the Leprechaun collection on DVD. Um, Before I explain my thoughts on it, I'll explain how I got this. I was trading in like a good amount of DVDs to this place, and it's like trade two for one basically. You trade two movies, you get one movie back. And I was like, okay, I don't want to take up so many DVDs though. So I was like, oh, hey, can I? And I asked the guy, can I use all those DVDs to just trade for this? And this costed like I think $15-16 if I wasn't doing it. And the guy was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, you got like what 10, 12 movies. I think it's acceptable. So I got this, for free, and that's why I had this. I'm aware there's a Blu-ray of this, but I don't really want to spend a Blu-ray, a Blu-ray version of the Leprechaun collection. As like, it looks like a normal this is like a normal size like DVD case. It's not huge, but it's so like they like try to put everything in here. Like Leprechaun 1 and 2 are just one disc. Then you have Leprechaun 3 and Leprechaun 3 and 4 also are on one disc, but then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are their own individual discs. And as for what I think about that series itself, Leprechaun 1 is not very good. It's a very bland movie. It's really like you're only watching it because Jennifer Aniston's that was her first movie, as well as Warwick Davis. His performance as the titular Leprechaun. 2 is actually I think a little better, mainly because I think the kills are a bit better. 3 I think is actually my favorite. Like it's I think the perfect amount of entertainment. Like you got some good kills, you got some the plot goes there's a bit more happening. And the Las Vegas setting is very enjoyable. 4 is infamous. It's because it's in space. It is a so bad it's a good movie though because come on like Leprechaun in space. It's an aliens ripoff. Leprechaun's not even said once throughout the movie. It's just a bunch of sci-fi references, and it's like the plot gets out there, and the effects are cheesy. So it's a so bad it's good movie. Back in the Hood, a lot of people like. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think it's okay. This Back to the Hood, I actually kind of prefer a bit better than the fifth movie, which was In the Hood. That's mainly because, and this is retrospective. Mother's Milk from The Boys is the lead in this movie. So it's like, if I ever run into that guy, I'd be like, hey, I know you. You're from Back to the Hood. and all that. Also decent kills and everything. Origins, no one likes. No one likes Origins. It's not a Leprechaun movie. It's a generic monster movie. If you said this was a movie for a live action adaptation of Until Dawn, I would have believed you. But this is not a Leprechaun movie. The characters are lame. Like the kills. There's some decent kills, but it's like the Leprechaun itself is not. This is a generic monster. And then you have Leprechaun Returns, which is okay. I like it has the best death kills in the franchise because all of them are like top notch. But I didn't really like the characters, and I think the quote unquote legacy sequel status of it is a bit awkward. Like you only bring back one guy and you kill him off early, and you have so many other actors in that first movie that yeah, I know Jennifer Aniston ain't gonna come back. But there are other actors that are not really doing anything. They could have joined in for this movie. But overall, I wouldn't say like this is the worst. In considering I got this practically for free, it's not that like I can't. You could say I'm a little proud of it, but I don't know. I'll say it's the best. It's the best. The best DVD. I mean, aside from like Borat and Be Kind Rewind in terms of wow, I'm happy I own this. I'm not gonna upgrade to Blu-ray though. Like it's too much. Like honestly for that franchise, I think watching low quality DVDs are probably the way to go. Just like how watching this video is low quality because it's a MacBook Air. Okay, next up, this is a good one. McFarland. If you don't know what this is, it's like a based on a true story. Where you have this guy moving to McFarland, California, which is a mostly Mexican populated area, and he starts a track and field team. And I really like this. The thing is, this is by Disney, and Disney now they don't do these. They used to make these biopic movies or based on true story movies. So it ain't special effects. There's no it's based in reality, and they tell some interesting stories. Like McFarlane, I don't know, yeah, I think another studio could have told this story, but I'm surprised that Disney did. But Disney used to do all these types of movies, and during the 2000s to 2010 eras. Then after 2017, you can say the last movie they did of this was To Go, which was a Disney Plus exclusive. But after that, they do not put these movies into theaters. After I think it was there was this movie, Queen of Katwe, the chess game. Not the chess game, the movie about the chess player. I think that was the last movie that was a biopic movie like this that Disney released in theaters. And I get why they don't make them. They don't really make much money, and also they just got Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar and everything like that. So I understand why they're yeah, we don't really care, even though these don't cost much to make anyway. Yeah, no, I recommend. It's on Disney Plus. You can watch it. I still haven't done movie rewards for this, but I don't use Movie Club with points or anything like that. I don't even have an account. All right. Next up, this well, I think my I was kind of a bit joking about Leprechaun a bit. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool. I got for free. But honestly, this is my prize. Yeah, this is my favorite DVD. I think it'll always stay as a DVD, and there's a good reason why. As My Name is Bruce. I think you can't. It's as if you can't tell already, considering the fact that I made an Evil Dead Disney crossover script. I love Bruce Campbell. And that's why I have Alien Apocalypse, which was mainly more of a random guess. Oh yeah, I love Bruce Campbell. I'll get that. It's not good, but it's Bruce Campbell. This, if you don't know what this is, it was directed by Bruce Campbell. I'm don't take a shot every time I say his name. And it's like a joke. It's like a meta movie. He's playing himself, and he's practically playing Ash, but like a washed up version of himself. And he is forced to go to a town, and he thinks he's making a movie, but he's actually trying to. The town is recruiting him to fight against a demon, but he thinks it's a joke. It's a very I really like it. It's it's meant to sort of be like a B movie, with like a meta B movie. It's not like, oh, the effects are good and the story is, great and the acting is fantastic. It's like, no, it's meant to be a joke. Also, the fact that this movie makes fun of alien apocalypse with the in the beginning with the cave alien movies, like that is just a joke towards alien apocalypse. And yeah, like I think this is a great movie. I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's because it's an indie movie. It came out, before the 2013 remake. So, like Bruce Campbell was, not exactly in that. I think this was also right when they were starting to make Burn Notice. So this is in between his popularity. There is a Blu-ray of this. That, by the way, and that was the thing I find shocking. Like there is like a Blu-ray of My Name Is Bruce, but I can't get it because it's like $100. And it's like, even if I was like, oh yeah, I'll pay $100 for a movie I really love on Blu-ray, I don't think it's a good Blu-ray quality. Like this is 2000, like I think like 2006, yeah, 2006, and this is when Blu-rays were starting to come out, and like the early Blu-rays are not exactly good quality. Like they're not the best quality Blu-rays. Like they are cheap. They're practically cheap conversions because the early movies that aren't by Sony do not know how to make a proper Blu-ray quality. So yeah, so we'll just stay as a DVD forever. But I love that movie. Coming up is oh yeah, I just noticed how like there's someone just wrote, I guess, their name on it. Whatever. Super Size Me. I know this movie is. I got this cheap as well. Like I think it was a trade-in movie, and I know this is basically free on YouTube. You can just watch on YouTube for free now. It's also not something that has aged the best. What's his name? I can't find his name. Oh yeah, Morgan Spurlock. He's not exactly the most likable guy now. Like, he had some controversies, and the documentary itself is a bit. There's a bit of deceit of like, oh, how he got the everything like that, but it's still an entertaining like documentary, even if it's not the most accurate. There's some surprising amount of features for this documentary. I mean, like it's Super Size Me. It's one of the most famous like documentaries, mainstream documentaries made. Like and I do have a few other documentaries as the series goes on, as I'll show. But yeah, like obviously don't really get this. Like I only got this because it was a trade-in movie, so I got this for free practically. But you can always just watch it on YouTube, like because that's what you can just do. It's a decent watch. Not the most accurate now, but still good. And here we have the last movie. Like I said, I only have 10 DVDs. And then I don't think they're gonna increase in size within the next few years. Like I'm trying to avoid DVDs these days. I'm just trying to go for like Blu-rays and everything like that. So the last one is The Village by M. Night Shyamalan. This was, I think, like I get a trade-in movie. I watched it like for the first time after I got the DVD, which was like a year or so ago, and I really liked it. Like it's not I don't think it's one of Shyamalan's best, but it's not the worst. Like it's an interesting movie. And this is also a movie that doesn't have a Blu-ray copy at all. Like this is actually one of the few movies, well, not one of the few movies, but definitely one of the movies out here in the world that has no Blu-ray conversion. And considering the fact that it's distributed by Disney, I don't think we're gonna see it for a while on Blu-ray or 4K. You can still watch it, I think, on Disney Plus, and I think that's HD or going on digital. But as for physical version, The Village doesn't have a Blu-ray. There are other Shyamalan films I would also like to have on Blu-ray, but like Sixth Sense and Signs. But I don't have. I don't even have the DVDs for them. Yeah, like I like M. Night Shyamalan, and I think this movie is pretty decent. Again, the fact that it is only on DVD makes it hard for it to upgrade, and that's the thing. I don't think these movies are really ever going to be upgraded to Blu-ray. There are some Blu-ray conversions, but like yeah, because I want to spend money to convert Catwoman and Leprechaun to Blu-ray. And on top, and or maybe I would want to spend $100 getting My Name Is Bruce, a very low quality Blu-ray release, just because I love that movie. Like, look, I mean, I have, you can see the collector's edition of Evil Dead and everything. I'm not gonna go that far. So with that said, that's all the DVDs I have. This is practically the end of the video. Again, I will leave chapters for each part of the video. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will start. Then the next video will be like starting going over to the Blu-rays, and yeah, that's all to say for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.